going back to the potential finals, who do you think has the most to gain from winning a championship, and who has the most to lose of not winning a championship?
I think this. I think if the Celtics lose, they will blow. I think they blow it up. Not that they blow it up. I'm not because that's a hell of a roster to blow up. The thing is, you have to really take a look. You just paid Jaylen Brown a fuck ton of money.
Yeah.
And Brown hasn't been the issue. The issue has been Tatum being able to get going, getting in foul trouble, getting the jumper going, the shit like that.
He
disappears way too many times in the playoffs. So I think the most to lose has to be if the Celtics lose, and they're favored no matter what. They're favored in the series. Doesn't matter who they're playing. They're favored. But I think they have the most to lose because if they lose this game, you need to figure out you need something. You need to fix it. Like, yeah, before when they lost, they were younger. They lost to LeBron. Then
they're not ready yet.
Yeah, then they lost to the Warriors in the finals.
Yeah,
like they were. You are now ready. Like this is it. There's no more excuses if they lose these finals.
Agree.
Oh, and their pathway. They've had each player got injured in each series.
Yeah, they beat the Pacers without their best player.
Yeah,
they beat
they almost
Mitchell.
lost.
Mitchell got hurt against Cleveland, and then who'd they beat in round one?
Giannis and Dame both got injured, and Middleton.
Yeah, Giannis, Dame, and they didn't play in the first series, and you beat them.
Can you say this? The East is garbage. It's been straight garbage.
I don't think so.
How can you say we just
Giannis was hurt?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's been one-sided. There's not been. I mean, we just saw a sweep. The Celtics almost lost with fucking.
By the way, they only covered one of the 3 games.
Yeah, and
one of the 4 games.
Did they cover the one where their superstar point guard Halliburton was not even fucking playing?
That's the game they covered.
Yeah,
that's the game they covered.
Garbage.
I think game 2 they covered.
Yeah,
game 3 and 4 they didn't cover. But dude, if they don't win this time, this is their chance to win. If they don't win this time, they need to figure out something to do with Tatum.
They're not,
they got to fix it. Like they can get somebody has to leave.
They're gonna fucking add more testosterone to his fucking ball sack.
Who do they keep if they have to get rid of?
They have to keep Jaylen Brown. They just paid him a fuck ton of money. He's the highest paid player in the NBA.
So then, where would Tatum go?
Nowhere.
It's you can't. Technically, he's a top 15 player in the league, top 10, whatever. You can't get rid of him. You just need to reevaluate the system at this point. So you need to figure it out because next year the Bucks aren't. If the Bucks are healthy, they're the best team in the East. Philly, they're one piece away, like literally one piece away, like a real scorer to go with Embiid. Maxi's a phenomenal player, but he's not a
Maxi's a real scorer.
Yeah.
Underrated.
Oh no, he's phenomenal. He's great, but he's not gonna. Him and Embiid can't do it.
The Celtics have one of the best rosters in the NBA. They have shooters. They have
they play defense. They
play
rebound.
Defense. Everything. Like you can't do anything. You cannot. I agree. Last year they said, "Oh, they weren't ready. You have to go through these, these types of losses."
Well, they've been not last year, but a couple years. They've been to this moment now twice. This will be their second finals with this team. They added Porzingis. Oh, if they lose and Porzingis doesn't come back, which I think he will. If he doesn't come back, is that an excuse? Well, next year we'll have Porzingis back.
It should not be an excuse. I'll tell you who I think has the most to gain if they win, and that's Kyrie Irving. And I have dogged him. I have called him out on Flat Earth. I've called him out on dinosaurs. There's no whatever. He's very controversial. And I've said this, that I don't think he loves basketball, and which I think has hurt him. But I'm slowly drifting over to your side and seeing. Mikey said that you said someone is the most talented. I would almost agree that Kyrie Irving is the most talented NBA basketball player right now in the NBA.
Talented? What?
Talented. Ball handler, shooter.
He's the best ball handler probably ever. Like people will say that.
I think
he's a phenomenal shooter. This is the problem with Kyrie. And I think it's been a problem for a long time. And he went to the Celtics because I don't know if you remember.
Hated him.
He went to the Celtics, he got hurt. That was the year they went to the Eastern Conference Finals. They lost to LeBron. Kyrie didn't play. They hated him there. But he joined a team with Tatum and Brown, who were the upcoming rising stars of the league, or at least of that team, etc. He went there. They hated him. He went to Brooklyn. Durant was the guy. He never wanted to be second. He didn't want to play second fiddle to anybody. He didn't want to with LeBron, which is why he left to Boston. The thing was, and in Boston, number one, he got hurt. Number two, they had two rising stars.
Yeah.
He goes to Brooklyn, and it's Durant's team. Then you bring in Harden, another huge personality. He has finally accepted that he is not an alpha player. He's not a one. He cannot be a one on a team. He's accepted that now. He's literally sat there and understood this is Luka's team. I'm here. And you clearly can see it in the series against the Thunder. In all the games leading up before this series, he has sat back, and when you look at his stats for the first 3 quarters, he's got 6 shots, he's got 8 shots, he's got 7. He's not taking 15 shots in the first 3 quarters. Then in the fourth, it's like, okay, let me get going, right? Because we need for me to get going. Before, it wasn't like that. Before, I think it was me. Why it was always, and then there was always an issue, people talking shit. He didn't want to take the vaccine. He didn't want to do this. The earth is flat, whatever. But now he's accepted the fact that he's a number 2. He will always be a number 2. That's the bottom line. And I think now he understands it. And that's the difference, I think, in his play compared to last year. Last year when he joined Dallas, I don't think he didn't understand that, which is why they faded at the end of the year, because he didn't understand.
Faded is soft.
Well,
fell
they
off
collapsed.
Like waterfall edge.
He didn't understand that he wasn't a one. He's not a one.
Yeah, because the way they played, they basically just kept switching of who was going to handle
Right.
Yeah, who's going to bounce the ball for 22 seconds
and then take a shot. And now he's understood that he's a number 2. He's playing Robin. He's Robin. Luka's Batman. He's understood that, which is why I think they've played phenomenal. And I think if he plays like that, they can beat the Celtics in the final.
Does if Luka wins it, does it solidify him as the best Mavericks player over Dirk?
It's too early.
At 25?
It's too early.
At 25, he has the potential to be the best.
He's player. If he put it this way, if he wins the finals, if he makes the finals next year again, even if he doesn't win it this year and makes the finals next year, he's better than Dirk. I think he's better than Dirk. And if you look at his,
I agree.
If you look at his stats through whatever leading up from the beginning of his career to now, the only one who matches in all the categories is LeBron. He's that rebounds, assists, points, etc. It always leads back to the king, by the way. But I think Luka's the second best player in the league. I think he will be the best Mavericks player ever when it's all said and done.
How tall is Luka? 6'10", 6'8"?
6'7", 240.
I've never, other than
he's 6'7", 240, flabby. LeBron's 6'9", 240.
Other than, and it's not fair, other than Kevin Durant, I've never seen anyone shoot better with someone in his face
than him.
It's almost like crazy how beautiful his fadeaway and touches. Kevin Durant, 7 foot. He has an advantage.
His reach
is over there. But what looks like bad shots, he makes.
Well, the step back 3, the 1 foot off off his back foot, shit like that.
I'm on Luka's. I think he's been incredible. Yeah. Incredible. He's a must watch.
If he's an American player, he's the face of the league.
Yes. He talks great English.
I think he speaks great English. He speaks Spanish as well.
Didn't he drive a Mustang or a Camaro?
And no, I think that. But the thing is, the people don't want to accept him as the face of the league.
Is it because he's a whining Euro?
It's because he's a Euro.
Okay.
Probably.
Yeah, because nobody wants to admit Shaq was fucking crying because Joker won the MVP. Like, bro, you're gonna sit here and say he's not the best player. And I think the NBA has finally realized we need to start giving the MVP to the best player. Like, they didn't realize that for a long time.
For years. Shaq dominated the league. They gave it to Steve Nash and other guys.
The first year Nash won, Kobe should have won. The year Kobe won, Nash should have won.
Yeah.
Nash did phenomenal things. They had Noah Amare. They won 60 wins. Don't take that away from Nash. There's no doubt about it.
Shaq was the most dominant player.
At that time, Shaq was already done. Like, he was already down. Like, you're not going to tell me that LeBron wasn't the best player from 2014 to 2019. He didn't win one MVP during that stretch. Not one.
Yeah, and he probably dominated in every category, probably.
And he didn't win one.
Yeah.
Now that we see that Joker wins because he's dominating scorer, rebounder. He's 7 dimes a game. He's The MVP. So Luka next year probably going to be the MVP.
Well, I mean,
And he's winning this title.
it might be Bronny James.